All right, so there were several things missing on the first few videos, so we're gonna finish up with some of the additional details of the heart. Now that we know the basic flow of circulation, we're gonna talk about some of the other different features and the different details. So first we're gonna start just by looking at the heart itself, okay? And we have these fleshy pieces that support the heart itself called auricles, okay? And so you can see here first labeled as 1A. This is gonna be the right auricle, so it's over the right atrium. And then over the left atrium, labeled here as 3B, is going to be the left auricle. So it's this kind of fleshy tissue. It almost looks like brain tissue or chewed up bubble gum on this model. Okay, so those are the auricles. If we go a little deeper, okay, we'll pull up some of these flaps here, and we look inside, you can actually see kind of a circular space. Try to zoom in for you there. That little circular space is called the fossa ovalis, or literally oval-shaped face, or face of oval. So it's a little oval space. You can see it on both atrium, or both atria. So let's look on from the back. You can see it there as well. All right, that's the fossa ovalis. It's left over from development when there was one big chamber of the heart. And then we also have, if you think about the walls, there's basically a wall. If we think about having 4 chambers, one here, one here, one here, one here, there's a large wall that separates the 2 atria and then the 2 ventricles. And so each of these walls has a specific name. We call that the intraatrial septum or the intraventricular septum. So a septum is just a space that divides 2 different cavities or large spaces, okay? So first we label the one between the 2 ventricles here as capital letter B. That's the intraventricular septum, okay? And so if you can imagine the same kind of wall, the same kind of barrier between the 2 atria, where the fossa ovalis is, this wall right here would be the intraatrial septum. So here and here, okay? So I would have to label this for a test with a piece of tape because it doesn't actually have a number here on our model. All right, and so then if we keep moving down below the ventricles to where the heart forms a point, we call that the apex. You can see here it's labeled with a capital letter A. And then finally we have some more detailed features, particularly of some of the muscles within the heart, okay? And so first we have the pectinate muscles, okay? These are like where these ridges are here on the side of the right atrium, all right? And then we have the papillary muscles. They're labeled as lowercase letter a right here. They're at the bottom of the right ventricle. You can see 3A. That's the papillary muscles. And then finally we have the trabecula, the trabecular carni, okay? And so if you can see right here where these little strings from the valve connect in, there's these little ridges deep inside this ventricle. Those ridges would be the trabecular carni. And that completes all of the details of the major features of the heart.